At Randwick, where the Rich Spring Carnival continues. We start with race 3, the Roman Consul Stakes. The track was fast, the favourite Show County at 2-1 on.
Union on the outside issuing a very strong challenge as they get to the foot of the rise. Show County's in front of Pacific Union, who's feeling the pitch now. Mercury being slapped at with the whip as a handy third, and Oakletree and Strasbrook and Era are all making good runs, but Show County's about 3 in front with about 100 to go, but Oakletree is going to second, but Show County showing them a clean pair of heels, has too many guns, and Show County races home to win. Show County beat Oakletree, Era third, followed by Pacific Union. That ran a good race then.
So a clear win to the favourite Show County, ahead of Oakletree and Air coming third. Now to race 5, the historic Chelmsford Stakes, a race won by some of Australia's greatest horses, including Farlap.
Down the outside, putting in a good run is Riverina Charm, who's rattling home well, and Shame on You is coming home hard, but High Regard has taken the lead away from this one. The fence, Groucho, who's kicking again. High Regard pulling away from Groucho. It's all over by the shouting. High Regard has beaten Groucho. Shame on You third, and then Zamoff, and they're followed by Riverina Charm.
And that was a race record to the favourite High Regard, ahead of Groucho, Shame on You third. Finally to Melbourne and Caulfield, the $150,000 Memsie Stakes.
Runs into the straight now. Almurda Jazz hit the front on the outside. Our Westminster trying to get the run. Cairo led fighting back. Our Westminster's in the clear with Dark Bow. Almurda Jazz is the leader, 150 metres to go though. He's about a half a length in front of Cairo led. Our Westminster can't go on. Dark Bow finishing well, but Almurda Jazz is in front. Almurda Jazz first up, wins at a length. Dark Bow.
Good news for leading Melbourne trainer Colin Hayes, with Almurda Jazz home at 6-1, ahead of Dark Bow, unplaced favourite Our Westminster.
What a brilliant first up win in today's Memsie Stakes at Caulfield. The win was the second leg of a double for Michael Clark and Colin Hayes. David Chipman and Rodney Griffiths also rode doubles. To the results then, and the first on the card was taken by Black Charleston, led all the way at 11-2. David Chipman aboard, and he's now outright leader on the Jockeys Premiership. Second was won by Sylvatica at 7-4, ridden by D. Chipman. He's going to be set for the better class races. Third was won by Dowager Empress. Former English mare scored well at 9-2, beating the favourite Lady Jess. Race 4 was the first leg of the quadrilla.
Cameron Park fighting back. Inhibit has taken the lead below the 200-metre mark. Drew a half in front of Street Hawk. Citizen over on the inside. Inhibit the leader. Street Hawk can't reach it. Inhibit punched out, and Inhibit wins it by a length to Street Hawk, and a length and a quarter back third Citizen, and then Darrowby.
Inhibit got the money at 10s over Street Hawk, and the even money favourite Citizen pulled hard in the early part. Now the Memsie.
Back behind them now, Our Westminster needing a run when they sweep for home. Royal Pardon, Dark Bow make runs into the straight now. Almurda Jazz hit the front on the outside. Our Westminster trying to get the run. Cairo led fighting back. Our Westminster's in the clear with Dark Bow. Almurda Jazz is the leader, 150 metres to go though. He's about a half a length in front of Cairo led. Our Westminster can't go on. Dark Bow finishing well, but Almurda Jazz is in front. Almurda Jazz first up, wins at a length. Dark Bow. Cairo led third. Petrero flew home.
He certainly goes well at Caulfield. Almurda Jazz winning at 6-1. Our Westminster again failing in a Memsie Stakes. Good old Ted, too speedy in this.
At the 200-metre mark, he leads by 2 lengths. Street Ruffian, who's under the whip and won't give in. Then Paratime and Sculptured Arch. 100 metres left to go, and good old Ted still by 2 lengths. Street Ruffian can't make the ground, nor can Paratime. And good old Ted's kept going under the whip. He's still clear, and good old Ted will win first up by 2 lengths. Street Ruffian, and third Paratime. Then Sculptured Arch.
Easy in the betting out to 8-1. Good old Ted might now tackle the Ascot Vale Stakes. The sprint was next.
Isle in the clear now. He's sprinting very quickly at the 200-metre mark, and he's raced up to Benbarra King and then Power Prince. Isle took the lead. He's drawn away from Benbarra King, and Isle's going on to win this by 3/4 to Benbarra King, who got tightened on the line. 2.5 away third. Power Prince just in front of...
And it was Isle who enhanced his good wet track form, scoring at 4s over Benbarra King and Power Prince. And the last was won by Sweet Ripper, who eased from 7s out to 14-1 before beating Sunshine Sally and Snow Apple and Deera. Odds on 7-4 on, staggered into 5th place. There's a daily double, 8 and 4, $14.75. Extra, 3 and 7, $32.10. The quadrella, $2,318.75. And the quad extra, 8, 1, 4, 5, $1,171.85. And on what's been a pretty busy day, that's all in sport. Peter?
Thank you, Greg. Well, Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to racing. Good morning, Roy.
Morning, Bill. Another good day's racing out there yesterday?
Yeah, very good day's racing. Some good performance. Alberta Jazz, I thought, was very good.
Big disappointment, our Westminster, twice, two years in a row that he's flopped at Caulfield in the same race.
And he had the run of the race. He got a run at the right time.
Yes, he's a horse that's only got a short run, and even though he was blocked on the turn, I thought he would have sprinted when he got out. Probably, you know, with the track upgrading after a fourth or fifth race to slow, from dead to slow, or heavy to slow, I'm sorry, the horses were still, a lot of horses were still losing their footing a bit, and I think this could have had a bearing on it. And speaking of that, one makes you wonder a little bit if you can believe these weather forecasters. They're about as good as tipsters as what we are, but they're talking about continued rain right through until the end of October. Now, we're coming into the Cups. We've got Superimpose, who was hopeless on a heavy track. We've got the Great Beau Rogue. Now, will he actually come to Melbourne? Because they leave it until the last minute. And it's hard to see a good track coming up here in the next month or so. And now the big noise around Australia is Bellili from Perth. He's never seen a wet track, and yet he's favoured for the Caulfield Cup.
Well, let's have a look at some results anyway for a start off. The first three races yesterday. Black Charleston led practically all the way in the first at 11-2 from Predominate and All Spades. The second race in the card, Sylvatica, continued on its winning way. Very promising youngster this, 7-4 favourite from High Waters and Dr. Grace. And the third race, Dowager Empress, one of Colin Hayes at 9-2, defeated Lady Jess, the favourite in Sharp Plain. I guess Sylvatica, winning that second race, Roy, was, you know, marked that it's above ordinary.
He is above ordinary. That's his three on end he's put together now. And I suppose after Black Charleston leading all the way and winning the first, the punters then started to look for horses that were going to be up near the lead. He drew one. He had a 2.5 kilo claim for young Chippen, who put together 2 wins. And he was an impressive winner. He could go on.
OK, let's have a look now at the first leg of the quadrella at Caulfield.
Shows struggling. Mind My Boy off the track, and Street Hawk has run out very wide, but he's raced up and grabbed them when they turn for home now. Comran Park grabbed by Street Hawk down the middle with Inhibit and Citizen under pressure. At the 200-metre mark now, Street Hawk on the outside. Inhibit got to it. Inhibit and Street Hawk fighting it out from Citizen. It's Inhibit on the inside, a neck in front. Street Hawk fighting back. Inhibit a half in front near the line, and Inhibit's going to get the money. Inhibit by 3/4 to Street Hawk. Third is Citizen.
Inhibit 10-1, called by Brian Martin of 3UZ, and Citizen was regarded, Dave, the line was a little bit disappointing.
He has been impressive in his 2 starts here, Citizen, and that was, I think he was going for about his 5th on end.
Yes.
And you got hold of my seatbelt.
I'm trying to keep you still.
No, he was given the run of the race. He was very disappointing.
Yes, he was
very disappointing.
Big race of the day now. Let's have a look at the Mimsy.
The turn, Cossack Ruler starting to drop out. He has to check on Our Westminster. Cowra Lad got to the front. Our Westminster waiting for a run. Elmurda Jazz has grabbed Cowra Lad when they turn. Royal Pardon further out. Our Westminster with nowhere to go, and down the outside now is Dark Beau. Elmurda Jazz put its head in front. 200 to go from Dark Beau. Our Westminster gets out, comes out after the leader, but it's Elmurda Jazz a half in front of Elmurda Jazz, is still in front of Cowra Lad, and on the outside coming at them Dark Beau, but Elmurda Jazz the leader. Elmurda Jazz has got the money. 3/4 on the line to Dark Beau.
Elmurda Jazz, 6-1, came up in Shane Templeton's computer picks and landed the money well from Dark Beau and Caro Lad. I just wonder a little bit, good run Dark Beau to run second, but Our Westminster and My Steely Dan and Petrero doesn't like going inside horse. I just wonder how much strength we can put into that result, Roy.
Well, OK, I suppose we'll look at it that way, Bill, but what... they're our weight for age horses.
That's right.
There's only one other really on the horizon. We just spoke about him, Beau Rogue, who was hopeless on soft ground. It's a very smart ride, a weight for age ride by Michael Clark. One of the old style tactical rides when he's seen Pete Cook sitting, riding a pretty race on the fence. Michael sitting back, he whipped round to make sure there was going to be no room for him. He stole the race. OK, the horse did win well. Our Westminster was disappointing. Look for Petrero when he gets into a handicap race. That was a good run.
OK, let's go to the next at Caulfield.
In second placing, Street Ruffian, Paratime third, and then Sculptured Arch, and they've kicked away from the others, Vibrant Night. Good old Ted turned for home, 2 in front. Street Ruffian trying hard on the outside, then Paratime and Sculptured Arch, but down to the 200-metre mark. Good old Ted still 2 in front, getting a little weary from Street Ruffian and Paratime. Good old Ted with a nice break. He's got a winning break, good old Ted. He's back in business in the going today. Good old Ted, down to the line, leads all the way to win by nearly 2 lengths. Second, Street Ruffian, a half-third Paratime.
And good old Ted got out to 8-1, my goodness me. Street Ruffian second, 5, Paratime third, and Bell Chance on 7-4 favourite. Didn't give a yelp at any stage.
No, looked to be a little bit tardy off the mark, and from that point on was being pushed. It was a big tip out on the course and was just being pushed and off the bit all the way. Good old Ted, back to his form of his early two-year-old days back in the autumn. Probably his maximum, 1100. I don't think we want to see him go much further. Talking about the Ascot Vale Stakes, but, you know, he's a flying machine. He's a bit inclined to want to lay away, and when his run has ended, he's Peters, and you could see him there. Even though it was his first up from a break, he was tardy getting to the line.
OK, let's go to the last leg of the quadrella. Isle, one of the top picks.
Wood bound now, Ben Barra King, Power Prince, Wolverton Diamond, 3 in line. Isle behind them from Tin Woodman, going down to the 250 now. Ben Barra King, Power Prince fighting it out. On the outside, Wolverton Diamond, and they're followed by Isle starting to join in. Isle moved up to Ben Barra King. Isle on the outside, raced up, put his head in front. Isle first up, kicking away now, and Isle is coming away from Ben Barra King and Power Prince, and Isle gets the money. 3/4 Ben Barra King.
Smart galloper Isle started 4-1 in an open betting race. Ben Barra King, good run second, Roy, and Power Prince.
Yes, Ben Barra King was up there doing all the work all the way. Isle had a very good run in behind them, a very good ride also. He's a good horse, Isle, a good racehorse. He likes Caulfield and he likes being fresh, and he was the omen tip of the day, I thought.
Well, the last race in the program, and most people thought it was a matter of how far for deer. It started odds on.
Tailed off as Calm Sea. On the turn, they race Deera Happy Features together. From on the outside, Rafting, and further back in the field, then on the outside of them, Snow Apple. He starts to shake the favourite up. Deera down to the 200-metre mark. He's pulled the whip as Snow Apple and Sweet Ripper come at him. And on the outside, Sweet Ripper's grabbed the favourite now. Sunshine Sally running home late. Sweet Ripper in front of Sunshine Sally and Snow Apple. Sweet Ripper the leader near the line, and Sweet Ripper's going to win the last. Sweet Ripper scored by a length on the post. Second, Sunshine Sally.
Sweet Ripper was at 14-1 and the odds on favourite Deera 7-4 on. Seemed to have every possible chance, Roy.
Yes, it did, Bill. Sweet Ripper's part owned by our big professional punter here, and Gary Roberts. Obviously wasn't fancied first up from a break, got out in the market, but Deera jumped fast, had it easy in front. 200 metres out, Michael Clark was saying, oh, something wrong here. But I just noticed in the steward's report that an inspection after the race noticed a bit of discharge coming from one of the nostrils, so we'll follow that up. OK, well, let's have a look at the extra double yesterday from Caulfield Races, and it paid 32.10 for 3 and 7. The daily double, 14.75 for 8 and 4. The quadrella, and it paid 2,318.75 for 4,814, and the quad extra yesterday, 1,171.85 for 8, 1, 4 and 5. And we've got some good racing coming up. We've got Tuesday, we've got Sandown. Sandown Tuesday, the big Seymour Cup meeting on Wednesday, which is always a great meeting, and some good handy horses have come out of that, and of course Ascot Vale Stakes at Flemington on Saturday. Well, we've got some good football for you this afternoon too, the last of the home and home. Hope you can be with the panel when they come back in just a moment. Have a good week of punting.